Okay, this is the FXR, and yeah, you see this is the Firebrand exhaust. It's got a little baffle wrapped around the outside. It's pretty much right straight through, and it's too loud, and it's actually robbing it of horsepower. I can feel it. You know, they claim that this 2-1-1 upswept here gives you power. I notice it gives you a lot of power down low, 1500 to maybe 2500 RPM. After that, it flattens right out. There's no back pressure, and I'm taking it off. First, I'm going to see if I can wrap. I don't think there's any wrap on that exhaust. I had this off the other day and I couldn't get it out. I didn't want to screw with it too much. I thought it would come right out, but I think I got to put a slide hammer on it and pull it out. But it's too loud. It's way too loud. Too loud for in town. Just waiting to get a ticket with that thing. So I'm taking that out. I think I have to put a slide hammer on it. Every other one's a long one. I think this is the long one here. Take them all out. Just this little screen. I was thinking about putting a different screen in there with smaller holes, if that would help. Start to restrict it a little bit, you know. But I really want to get this baffle out. And get my slide hammer. I don't know if this has got enough of a hook on it. I might have to change the end. Oh, it does have wrapping on it. It does have the wrap on it. Man, by the sounds of this thing, you would never know it. So there's a lot of companies out there that sell restrictor plates or baffles that can fit in here. I'm just going to measure this, and I got to baffle it somehow. Maybe the easiest thing is to change that screen on there to a little better screen. What the hell do these two screws do? I'm looking to where these two screws go in. Where the hell do they go into what? They don't go into this thing. What the hell? They don't go into this thing. What the hell do they go into? Oh, gator collar. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna experiment with this. Here's the baffle out of the Firebrand 5252, and this is a baffle I took out of some of these straight pipes. I think these ones were the ones that came on the bike. Yeah, these were the ones that came on the bike, and they're pretty loud straight through. This just redeflects the air through here and then around. It goes through all these holes. I might drill in a couple more holes in there, maybe another row up here, and try that for starters. But this doesn't quite fit in there. But if I grind these welds off, I think this thing is going to fit in there perfectly, like height-wise. It's going to fit right inside. If not, I might take a little bit off of this, and I think it's going to wedge right in there. That's what I'm going to try. I can always weld this back on, and that way it won't rattle. If I can get it inside there, it won't rattle around at all. I could put a set screw in it if I have to. So I'm going to grind these off. So I just drilled 10 more holes. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more holes, and there was only 24 holes in here to start with. 6 times 4. So that's like a 30% gain there in holes. And then I beveled the holes with this drill bit here, countersinker. So I think I'm going to countersink all of them. You know, it just makes sense. Air's got to flow through there, so I'm going to countersink them all. And then I'm going to be ready to put that in there. Okay, my holes are a little bit bigger too, so I'm probably getting close to 50% more airflow, because that's where it's going to be restricted down to that size there, and that's okay. That's the size of one exhaust port. So the trick is going to be wedging this. If I can wedge that in through that area there, I'm laughing. So I'm going to see if I can hammer it through. If I can hammer it through, it should come out perfectly flush. I might just grind this edge off a little bit here. Okay, let's see if I can get lucky here. I wonder if I should put a split in here. There's a lip. There's a lip right there. Oh. Perfect. Nice. I'm gonna have to make a spacer in this end here for it, or weld it. A couple little welds across maybe, or a spacer. It's the exact same size of pipe on this end here, the exact same size. So it's just a matter of welding this through here. I think I'll wedge some spacers in there and then weld it on this end first. Small clothes pegs. That should hold out nice and centered. I'll put a couple welds on this end here. Okay, let's see if this puzzle goes back together. Hopefully she does. So, I don't think it matters. Maybe it does matter. Because you got one hole here has to line up. But that turns on there, so that but some of them thread into this thing, so okay, that's got to go like that. Put a couple of these screws in first. to hold the alignment in here. 1, 2, 3. Come on. That one's being tough. What the hell is going on there? What the hell? Oh yeah, right under the back wheel, or it's wedged in there now. Oh my Lord. There we go. That one's good. That one's good. This one's got a buggered up thread. Let me go tap that out. Try this again. Okay, so the main thing is getting these two holes lined up here. See, I don't know if I should put the whole thing on. Maybe I can assemble the whole thing and shove it in. Maybe that's the trick. I don't know. Let's try it. I think so. I think I just have to take it off to get it out. Okay. There's a little slot in each one. Okay, so this can go like that. There. Should have an unusual sound, especially with this little port around the outside here. Oh, that's the big one. definitely be quieter. Has to be. Okay, so now to line up these two holes, that is going to be the trick. Get my mallet. Looks like we're good to go. It could be up a little higher. Hopefully she's gonna line up. Dang, I should have had that up a little, just turned a little bit. It must have spun on me. I'm gonna see if I can punch it up a little bit. I might bugger up the first thread. I might have to tap that thread. That looks good. See where that one's gonna go. Bottom one's gonna go. That's a 1/4 20. I'll run my tap in there. I think I just buggered up the first thread, that's all. Okay, let's see how that sounds. I just put about 10, 20, over 20 miles on this bike. And it runs good. I got the baffle in the exhaust. That's helped a lot. It's made it way quieter. and I got more power after 2,500 RPM. Before, this thing really pulled from 15 to 2,500, and when you cranked it, this went blah. You didn't even feel it pull you back at all. Now this thing's pulling strong, like the 5,000 RPM, 4,500, 5,000 RPM. It's pulling right through. It's pulling really strong. It needed some back pressure. It's still a little loud. I might weld in that outer ring on the exhaust there. Might try that. I think I'll drive it for a while. A couple things I noticed. These mirrors are too short. They need to stick out farther so I can see past my shoulder. So I'm going to try to find some wider mirrors. The clutch is engaging right at the very end, like the last quarter of the throw out here. So I want to kind of adjust the clutch one more time. Those clutch pads are probably breaking in, settling in, so I need to adjust that one more time. Yeah, the mirrors, the clutch. What else? Everything's working good. When the sweet spot seems to be 2,500 RPM, it just purrs. When you get down 1,800, 2,000 RPM, you get a vibration, but I think that's just normal. It's got a lot of power. It pulls. It runs really strong, really good. Oh, my GoPro, I tried to use my GoPro and it's not working. They changed the program on my phone. And yeah, so they automatically upgraded the GoPro to a new version. And doesn't work. And then I tried the new GoPro one to link it in. Costs money now, and that didn't work. So I don't know, I can't get that GoPro to work, and I was gonna put it on my phone here, but I could hold it in my hand, but I need a place to put it right away, and it's too hard to get it into these pockets. Let me switch this around. Yeah, so it runs good. Oh yeah, that's what the other thing I wanted to say too. After I put that exhaust on, and even running with the other exhaust, I wanted to check those jets. It just seemed to be running rich. You know, you give it a crack, a little bit of black smoke. So I wanted to check the intermediate jet and the main jet, and the intermediate jet is a 280. I had already adjusted that a couple times last year. And the 68 was the main jet. I put a 66 in there, and it run really good, run really strong with that. There's all the jets they give you. And yeah, I kind of wanted to record that on the video so I remember what's in there for next time. So I got a 66 main in there. I would even try a one size smaller idle circuit jet or the intermediate jet. Although this is set perfectly, except it's only out about 7/8 of a turn. It's not even out one full turn. I got it dialed in perfectly. You just turn it in a little bit, it starts to stall. You're turning it out a little bit, it's a little bit rich. So it's bang on. I just think that maybe I could go a little bit smaller on there. I don't know. So the main jet's a 66 now, rather than the 68, and it seems to run fine. It's not bogging or lacking power or chugging or nothing, so I'm gonna leave it like that for a while. Oh yeah, that was the other thing too, the brake lever here. When I'm cruising and I want to reach for the brake, you know, I gotta get my finger out of there. When you're cruising and you gotta reach for the brake, and if you have to turn your hand like this at all, you're accelerating. You're actually accelerating to reach this. So I gotta drop that down a little bit, maybe half an inch. That was the other thing. So yeah, adjust the brake, mirrors, clutch. That's about it. That bike runs strong, runs beautiful. So I got to try to get that GoPro figured out, or even this phone here, so I can do a video with a test drive on it. I really wanted to do that for this video and be finished with this bike. Be finished with it. But that Baffle worked out really good. A lot quieter, and it's a lot snappier. You need some back pressure, and the intake side of this pipe was 57 millimeters. In the output port side was 62 millimeters. So it acts like a megaphone. Like it's actually getting bigger as it comes out. And you know, there's the only purpose for that is to make more noise. That doesn't give you more power. So now I've got it, I think at 57 and 57 coming out, but I've got it deflected. That baffle I put in there deflects the air around it and then back in through those smaller holes. But I did leave a little bit of gap around the outside here, and I could weld that up, and I think that would make it a little bit quieter too. I could just try packing them first. Just pull off that screen and just pack those holes in and take it for a test drive just to see how it sounds, if that makes a big difference or not. Still pretty loud, but not, you know, way less louder than before, way less louder. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna screw around with a few things, adjust that clutch one more time and the brake. This bike is cold now. It's been sitting for an hour or two. I'll just show you how it runs here, because it does run really nice. Turn the gas to on. I don't think it even needs to choke. It's pretty warm out. Turn that to on. Shut the gas off. Starts really good, runs good. Oh, I wish my GoPro was working. I'd love to take it for a test drive with it on, just to show you how it pulls and runs and everything. Maybe I'll try to do it later with my phone before I put this video on. I gotta wipe some lacquer thinner on that rear rotor there. I can see I got a little bit of dirt on there.